The confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 725, with 29 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 10 additional cases were reported with no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Bella Shaw. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, November 25th. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you at home, and thanks so much for joining us. The White House has no plans to lock down again amid a growing number of new COVID-19 cases across the country. Cases in the U.S. plateaued between 70 and 75,000 per day for almost 3 weeks starting in late October, but they've since reached a 7-day average of nearly 92,400 per day as of Sunday, a 16% increase from the previous week. Parts of Europe began to lock down starting last weekend as coronavirus cases increased dramatically, breaking records in some parts Wednesday. The Czech Republic, Hungary, the Netherlands, and Slovakia all posted record daily cases. Austria's fourth nationwide lockdown began Monday and will last for up to 20 days, with a nationwide vaccine mandate taking effect February 1st. The Netherlands launched a partial lockdown on Saturday as well. But White House Coronavirus Response Coordinator Jeff Zients says we can curb the spread of the virus without having to shut down our economy in any way. He noted that 82% of Americans are now at least partially vaccinated, with more people getting the shots each week. Zients called for the continued use of vaccines, booster shots, and monoclonal antibodies to prevent the U.S. from, quote, going backwards in any way, shape, or form. More than 60 million eligible Americans still have not gotten vaccinated against COVID-19, and health officials urge them and those who qualify for boosters to get their shots now. Almost 4.5 million Southern Californians are expected to travel for the Thanksgiving holiday. Gas prices across the state are skyrocketing, with the average price of a gallon of regular gas in LA at $4.70, within a tenth of a cent of the record high. Nationally, the American Automobile Association predicts 53.4 million people to travel, the highest single-year increase since 2005. It has already been very busy at the airports across the U.S. in recent days. Last Friday and Saturday, the Transportation Security Administration screened more than 2 million passengers each day. Experts say the best thing to do if you are planning to be in the air or on the road is to be prepared. If you're planning a road trip within California, you're likely to see a big difference in gas prices, as we mentioned, so keep your eyes open for those prices and do your research ahead of time. If you're planning a return trip, Sunday will be the busiest, so consider staying an extra day or two, or leave early on Sunday if you can. And if you're planning to fly out of LAX, be sure to check in online. Arrive at least 2 hours before your domestic flight, and even earlier for international destinations. Pre-book parking if you need to leave your car, use buses, shuttles, or ride shares, and no COVID-19 testing requirements. And don't forget your face mask. LAX expects 2 million passengers to pass through between November 18th and 30th this year, twice as many as during the same time last year. President Joe Biden is expected to implement a vaccine mandate for essential non-resident travelers crossing the U.S. borders by land. Emergency response and government officials, as well as truck drivers, are to be fully vaccinated beginning on January 22nd of 2022. A senior administration official says the new requirement will bring the rules for essential travelers in line with those that took effect earlier this month for leisure travelers when the U.S. reopened its borders to fully vaccinated individuals. The same mandate applies to essential travelers entering by ferry. The rules apply to non-U.S. nationals, American citizens, and permanent residents. They may still enter the U.S. regardless of their vaccination status, but will face additional testing hurdles because officials believe they can more easily contract and spread the coronavirus. The Biden administration pushed back this requirement for essential travelers by more than 2 months to prevent disruptions, especially among truck drivers who are vital to North American trade. A spokesperson for the trucking group, Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association criticized the vaccine requirement, saying it's an example of how unnecessary government mandates can force experienced owner-operators and independent truckers out of business. The latest deadline is part of the President's efforts to get as many people vaccinated as possible. The White House has encouraged businesses to implement their own mandates, regardless of the federal requirement. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 47 million adults in the U.S. still remain unvaccinated. If you're planning to drive somewhere for Thanksgiving, be careful when you're behind the wheel. The California Highway Patrol is ramping up operations on highways and roadways across Southern California to catch drivers who may be intoxicated. The agency's maximum enforcement period for Thanksgiving weekend began at 6 p.m. yesterday and will take place through 11:59 p.m. Sunday. Now, during this period, all available CHP officers will be on patrol looking for unsafe driving practices, including seatbelt violations, speeding, distracted driving, and signs of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Thanksgiving weekend is considered to be one of the busiest travel times of the year. Last year, CHP officers arrested 868 motorists statewide on suspicion of driving under the influence. 33 people died on roadways throughout California during the Thanksgiving weekend period, 14 of whom were not wearing seatbelts. While millions of families gather and reunite, some for the first time in years, public health officials urge everyone to stay safe by following these simple steps. Get vaccinated. The California Department of Public Health says this is the best way to protect others. Keep gathering small, and if everyone at an indoor gathering is fully vaccinated, masks can be optional. If guests are unvaccinated or their status is unknown, public health officials recommend having small gatherings that are short and outdoors. They also share these guidelines for when you should wear a mask over your nose and mouth. When social distancing is not possible, when you might be around unvaccinated people, especially indoors, or when you're around older individuals or people with medical conditions. When gathering inside, public health officials say ventilate well by opening doors and windows, running HVAC systems, and installing high-quality air filters. Activate CA Notify and ask your guests to do the same. It anonymously notifies individuals of a possible exposure. And of course, stay home if you are sick. Preparing Thanksgiving dinner may have cost more than you remember this year. Agriculture consultants say it's the perfect storm of the labor shortage, higher transportation costs, supply chain issues, and inflation that drove up the cost of groceries to prepare tonight's meal. The cost of a turkey was 25% higher than last year and double that compared to 2 years ago. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, only about 10% of food costs are related to the actual farming of raw goods, with the remaining 90% involving wages, distribution, and other costs. Experts say the silver lining is that while you may have had to pay more for that turkey and mashed potatoes, Thanksgiving fixings were in ample supply this year, unlike pandemic-fueled shortages of products such as toilet paper and disinfectant solution. Many stores are closed today, but retailers have been enticing shoppers to open their wallets well before Turkey Day and buy gifts without sacrificing quality family time. Here are some brick-and-mortar locations that will not be physically open but still have deals for you to check out online. Department stores including Bloomingdale's, JCPenney, Kohl's, Macy's, Nordstrom, and Nordstrom Rack. Specialty stores such as Dick's Sporting Goods, Foot Locker, Petco, and REI, and grocery retailers including Costco, Sam's Club, and Trader Joe's. Target and Walmart are also planning to let their store associates rest today. A century-old holiday tradition returns in full fanfare as the 95th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City took place this morning. The parade, held in front of the company's flagship store on 34th Street, was filled with live musical performances, along with the iconic giant balloons, decorated floats, marching band, and of course, an appearance by St. Nick. And while the annual parade marched down the streets of Manhattan, city and parade officials say several precautions were put in place to ensure the health and safety of parade viewers and participants. All volunteers and staff were required to be vaccinated against COVID-19 and required to wear face coverings and other protective equipment. And in order to follow social distancing guidelines along the parade route, Macy's also cut the overall number of in-person participants by 20%, or about 1,600 people. The parade is a New York institution and is said to draw millions to tune in across the world. A Los Angeles institution is transforming its field into a winter wonderland. Beginning tomorrow, Angelinos can visit Dodger Stadium for a holiday festival featuring an ice skating rink, delicious treats, and of course, a special visit with Old St. Nick. Guests can visit the newly renovated Center Field Plaza and enjoy nightly entertainment, light displays, taste holiday-themed food and beverages, and even enjoy a bounce house. The Dodgers Holiday Festival runs from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays and 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. on weekends through the end of the year. Tickets start at $16 and can be purchased ahead of time. Admission is free for children 3 and under. And to minimize crowds and long lines, tickets will be sold in 2 time slots per day to enter before or after 7 p.m. All attendees must show proof of full COVID-19 vaccination or a negative coronavirus test taken within 72 hours before the start of the event. To get your tickets, go to mlb.com/Dodgers. Black Friday shopping already began at many shops well ahead of this week, but new deals are always being announced. And Del Amo Fashion Center is getting ready for its busiest shopping season of the year. The mall is closed today, but will be extending its hours tomorrow and will be open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Holiday hours continue through the rest of the year. This Sunday, you can also support local designers from the SoCal Etsy Guild Market. They'll be at the outdoor portion of the shopping center by the store Forever 21 from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And Santa Claus will be available to take pictures with your little ones as well as with your pets. Check the mall's website for details and schedule a time to meet him if you are interested. This weekend officially marks the start of Small Business Week here in Torrance. Torrance Mayor Patrick Fury and council members proclaimed November 27th as Small Business Saturday. In 2010, American Express founded Small Business Saturday to take place the day after Black Friday, and the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce has expanded that idea by making it a week-long campaign. Residents are encouraged to support local businesses now more than ever, as many continue to struggle to stay open through the pandemic. The Chamber's Shop Local campaign runs from Saturday, November 27th to December 4th. Nearly 50 local businesses are participating in the shop's local Small Business Week and are offering special deals. Intuitive Touch Massage Therapy, Injectable Clinic, Gaetano's Restaurant, Fox Drugs of Torrance, Dogtopia of South Bay, Brews Hall, Torrance Bakery, Andy's Florist, Paul's Photos, Dream Dinners, Priority Lending, Bravo Music, Sophia Bella Bridal, and Fastest Labs are just some places you can check out. See the full list at torrancechamber.com. Well, as we head into the weekend, be sure to tune in to Weekends in Torrance. New episodes air at 2 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Check out a Thanksgiving event at El Camino College, where LA County Supervisor Holly Mitchell helps celebrate veterans and teams up with the college to provide much-needed free resources to our community members. Plus, have you ever wondered what it's like to work as a trash collector in Torrance? Reporter Colleen Farrell takes us aboard one of the city's trash trucks for a first-hand look at the important work our refuse collectors do to keep Torrance clean. Then meet some of our local veterans and learn about the priceless gifts they've received for their service to our country. These stories and much more will be airing this weekend starting at 2 p.m. You can find us on Spectrum Cable Channel 3, Verizon Fios Channel 31, streaming on our website as well as on YouTube. Well, before we go at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community. Feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. A local church in Torrance continues to serve its community this holiday as it opens its doors this Saturday to serve a warm Thanksgiving meal to those in need. First United Methodist Church in Old Torrance has been serving up homemade meals to those facing troubling times on the fourth Saturday of each month. And this weekend, Church members will do it again, offering a freshly made hot Thanksgiving meal along with a packed lunch to go beginning at 11 a.m. They also continue to give back to the community through a number of different avenues, whether it's supporting local organizations such as the Toberman Neighborhood Center or outreach in the community. What a great way to stay connected to neighbors and community members, especially during this pandemic, which has been the most trying times for many. Now, if you have a great story to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 Today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday for new episodes of Weekends in Torrance. We'll see you back here on Monday as Leslie Robbins brings you the latest. From all of us here at Citi Cable, wishing you a safe, healthy, and happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.